Brahms Requiem, the first movement. Ziemlich langsam und mit Ausdruck. Quite slow and expressive. The two verses used in this movement are: Selig sind, die da Leid tragen, denn sie sollen getröstet werden. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Die mit Tränen säen, werden mit Freuden ernten. Sie gehen hin und weinen und tragen edlen Samen und kommen mit Freuden und bringen ihre Garben. Those who sow in tears will reap with songs of joy. He who goes out weeping, carrying seeds to sow, will return with songs of joy, carrying sheaves with him. I mentioned the comforting aspects of this requiem, and simply the key of F major is part of that, a very comfortable key for most of us, I believe. This opening for me is a beautiful depiction of what I would like to imagine dying to be like. It starts with a heartbeat, and then comes harmonic tension that releases downward as a voice is added above. And again, harmonic tension, releasing downward, a voice added above. A third time, and the voice added above turns around and starts a long descent through beautiful downward modulations, hitting along the way very crunchy harmonic tension, centered around D flat 7 and G flat major, which, if you remember, were in F major, that has to crunch. And then finally releasing the final release back into F major, the final descent through diminished modulations, the final heartbeats, and then the flat line, and then the angels enter. And that would be the chorus, the angels. So here's the opening. Selig sind, blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. They get comforted 2 bars before A. You have the cues in your part. Second trombone, pay close attention because you play this 2 bars before B. Sie sollen getröstet werden. They shall be comforted. Couple things about this passage. This is the first trombone entrance. Trombones are good at mourning. It's one of the things we do. But notice also the C major to A major. That has an uplifting feel to it, and we'll encounter that along the way again. So let me play this again. This is starting 2 before A, will be comforted. Blessed are those who mourn. Pay attention to the handoff to the oboe. Trombone to oboe handoffs and vice versa happen in Brahms more often than you might think. Okay, second trombone, you're waiting for the horn cue. And speaking of the cues, all the cues in these parts are in the clef of the part itself. So tenor trombone, your cues are in tenor clef. Alto trombone, your cues are in alto clef. Bass trombone and tuba, you'll figure it out. Here's the horn cue. And this is again, they shall be comforted. And it modulates in a different direction because it goes immediately into those who sow in tears. So here's the horn cue. Shall be comforted. Oh, second trombone, you're playing the bass line here. They shall be comforted. Those who sow in tears. And those who sow in tears will reap with songs of joy. And we have those songs of joy coming up. Trombones do songs of joy also. In this case, the horn kicks it off. You have the cue in your part. With songs of joy, werden mit Freuden. Horn. Second trombone. Bass trombone. You might hear that and think, okay, but that's not the function here. It's actually, well, I'll play it and then you'll hear it. It's actually D flat major, the current tonic, in the second inversion. So let me play that again. With songs of joy. Now we go on to letter C, which is the same music as the beginning. And so on. Except this time, when the third voice enters, the oboe takes it over and soars up one last time. And first and second trombone, you're listening for that oboe cue, you will hear it. That gets us to letter E. And bass trombone, you're in charge here. You enter before the others. You're listening for the soprano cue in the chorus. And first and second trombone have your cues. So don't let them down. Here's the soprano. Denn sie sollen getröstet werden, for they will be comforted. those are our last notes in the first movement. A brief word about releases, releasing that last chord. Choruses give great care and unending detail to releasing, how they release together, of course, when, with which vowel or consonant, and we should give just as much care to this detail, even though we don't have vowels and consonants at our disposal. But you should know just exactly as a section when you're releasing. And very subtle gesture by the section leader should take care of that, but just have a good concept of section releases. That's the first movement. I'll be back with the second.